what if, okay, I always say this, but yo, what if I can get to the next Canyoneer level in this one video? 37,000 stars, bro? Yeah, it's definitely not happening. Okay, but honestly, I have a lot of good stuff to play. I'm gonna get to, I have Overspill, whatever, but I want to start with Rock Bouncer on Desert Valley. On Overspill, though, I have so much good stuff to play, like Rally, Off-Roader. I guess I can focus more on Rock Bouncer and Racing Truck. I guess same thing on Arena. I want to play more Lowrider. I also have Racing Truck, Stalker. Dude, like also CCEV that I got Mastery recently. You know what? I'm not even going to look up the setup. I'm just using this. I'm at 4,000 meters. Originally, I was planning to do some mining off camera so that I would have within maybe 15,000 stars so I could only do like a couple runs and then get to the next level easily. I'm also realizing this run might not be too easy. I haven't really had any sand pits that have been hard to get over yet because I'm just not far enough into the map. But like the jump shocks are pretty bad because I think I need to get a wheelie in order to go over. Like I'm thinking with Racing Truck, yes, wheelie was important, but also the suspension is so much more stiff on Racing Truck where I think the jump shocks are a lot better. So this might be sort of tough, but I feel like I haven't played this in so long and my record is old. And if I was able to get 6,000 meters then, hopefully I'm better now and can just be tough for like this one run. Yeah, wait, why is it saying this is my Rock Bouncer best? All right, I'm back 200 meters away from my record. I've been getting, as you're seeing now, like that 3 wheelie, and I feel like I get a lot of 1s and 2s and stuff. There are a couple that I've gotten. Okay, I'm dead. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. I'm just gonna, let's just move on. So I've gotten a couple wheelies that are like 6 or higher or whatever, and I think it's kind of like, it made me think of if I was using Echo with the wheelie, would that be insane? Because I feel like I haven't really tested that. The only times that I've used Echo have been on landing boost with Kanga for the most part. And I feel like for time trials, surely there are some records, maybe not, I have no idea. But it just seems like that would be really powerful for a vehicle that's good at wheelie, like maybe Super Diesel or Racing Truck as well. Honestly, I feel like that sand pit that I got past for my old record might be one of the harder ones for Rock Bouncer. So the next two, the ones that are right after one another, could be chill. I think the second one won't be bad at all, but maybe if I'm just going quickly, I don't even need a wheelie to get over the first one. Of course, going faster and having a wheelie just makes it... Oh, it's here. I kind of forgot. Okay. I also realized that you can... that was sort of close. That you can time the jump shocks kind of well, so that the suspension, like, it doesn't even really matter, which I'm not too good at yet. It didn't matter, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Kind of going into it, I thought it would maybe be more than 2 tries and it would be super hard to get over, but... okay, obviously, you know, I'm not at the 10K yet, but 8,200 meters in, and this fuel sometimes is a bit of a challenge. I feel like it's not actually so difficult. I think I gave it more... Okay, well, if you skip the fuel, then maybe you'll run out. But I feel like I've given it... Like, I've made it seem worse than it actually is in most cases. Did I die here with Racing Truck? I feel like it wasn't that close. But anyway, 10K complete. Let's go. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game, yo. I feel like there's a good chance that wouldn't have worked, but to have the like game sense to know that might have worked, like was that the most ideal thing to do for how I was, like, based on my current situation, or am I just saying nothing? Oh, I forgot also it's quite difficult. I was like messing around. I forgot you gotta hurry in order to get to this next field. Maybe though? I failed the jump shocks. Okay, I'm like 400 meters, 300 meters away still. So anyway, I feel like my Desert Valley stars are starting to get up there a bit. 220, some more stars, a little bit of progress towards 36. I'm gonna go for Overspill next. I kind of wanted to play Racing Truck, but because I have this thing, the bonus, I feel like Rock Bouncer, it'll be easier to go further, maybe? I don't know how good of an indicator this is, but if we look at the Overspill records, it jumps from like 20K really quickly down to just barely over 10K. And then going to Rock Bouncer, there are a bunch of people who got a lot further. So I don't know if that means it's easier. Like, it takes a little bit longer to get down to the 10K range. Okay, this is genuinely surprise. I guess it's not crazy to not have wheelie, but instead having nitro. Not what I would have expected. I guess there are random jumps that you have to make it over. I guess I'll do some more upgrades because this could be a tough sort of map. I wonder if where I died, I don't know exactly where everything is on this map, but the many boats that swing back and forth. Okay, it's also my Racing Truck record. Also, I took off the roof as usual. You know, I'm just so good at doing that, and it was on purpose, just like I'm really good at driving past these boats. Okay. Really great adventure token chest. I paused at the perfect time. I've cleared the boats. I think getting through a lot of the map now shouldn't be too hard. I've never gone up here. Wait, or I probably have, but why don't I just go up here? I feel like confined spaces aren't as good for Rock Bouncer. I need to flip correctly onto the boats whenever that comes. Okay, wait, going above was kind of a lot better. So yeah, I feel like that could be issues with Rock Bouncer. Other than that, maybe not too bad, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I think the first boat flip is coming kind of soon. But there's an orange thing first. Okay, yeah, this is the orange thing that I was talking about, so I know that it's about to appear. Also, I feel like I've had more low fuels than I would have liked. I have plenty of fuel, so I have a couple attempts to do this, but I'll do it first try, obviously, because I'm just phenomenal at the game. I meant second try. Okay, I used nitro. Yo. Third time's the charm. I feel like that one should have done it. Now I'm definitely dead. So, it's great. Oh, okay. I feel like I've been really hesitant to use the nitro, but that was a good spot to use it in. I'm hoping I can make it a lot further, in this map. If I do stuff like that, I'm sure. So about the nitro again, I know there's a spot kind of later in the map where I'm assuming the nitro is kind of meant to be used. Like there's a bigger gap. I haven't gotten there so many times. Like I don't know this map too well. I'm kind of new to it. I think I wanted to get up there. But actually, I think this spot doesn't really matter. The fuels are frequent enough and everything that, still no issues. Again, the roof is off by choice, of course, because I wanted to. Yo, this spot, wait. I sometimes mess up here. Oh my god. And I wonder if, like, having the roof would still be useful. But I think, there's enough space on the front of the vehicle, like this part here, that I can hit the ceiling. Wait, there's this spot that I died to a lot of times and I... Oh my god. Yo, I can't be bothered to play that again. Let me do Racing Truck on Canyon Arena, I think, is good. Also, Overboost. Wait, Overboost? I swear this is not a name on any other vehicle. Like, on Rock Bouncer, it's Overdrive. On Rally Car, it's Overdrive. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna get this, but I do almost have enough XP for it. So far, I'd only gotten about 5,500 stars, and given that I'm doing a voiceover right now, you might be able to guess how this racing truck run went. I ended up taking a break for a day, and when I decided to start recording again, I was in the middle of an off-roader run. And although I was pretty far into the map, I hadn't yet gone back to grinding stars. I got bored of whatever I was last playing. It's 2 days later now also. I'm just doing this run for a minute. I think I'm about to die. I made a lot of money from this run, but I don't think it'll tell me... okay, that's a lot of tokens. I don't think it'll tell me how many coins I made from distance bonuses. I don't know exactly, but like just looking at my coins, I think it was at least 100k or like something like that. I don't remember what I was playing last, but I feel like I want to try out Gloomvale some more, and I haven't done Rock Bouncer there, so this will be guaranteed stars. I think I've already, I meant to put on, I think with Wheelie is I think this is a good setup. Should I upgrade this? Okay, is 10 max? I kind of wanted to get it to max. All right, maybe, should I? 230,000. Apparently this is easiest on Sunday. I have no... Oh, I thought I was going to die immediately. I have no sense of the maps. Like, I couldn't tell you the differences between any of them. But I'll see what I can do. What's today? I think today's Saturday. So, I feel like I remember needing to no fuel a bit. Oh, these structures here, that spot that I just went through, I think I've had issues with those in the past. Also, I want to keep my roof for a bit. Holy coins. But I feel like I've had to no fuel later in Gloomvale, which I guess isn't so good for this vehicle. So if I'm just quick with Wheelie and, then maybe I'll get far still. I think these two fuels on the screen, I can't get either of them. One of them is like right above me on the mushroom. I'm not positive, but I think. And then there was a ceiling place that I thought I was going to get into, and then I fell down. But maybe this next fuel is accessible. I am low fuel, so I do need it. Okay, that's good. 3,200 meters in. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about getting stars, like how I've been collecting stars. I feel like because there's so many maps with so many vehicles that I haven't played, I shouldn't worry about if I don't get very far in one map, and just playing a lot of different vehicles on a lot of different maps. I feel like that directly contradicts what I said recently about how I just want to play vehicles that I have fun with because it makes the game more enjoyable, even if that means I'm getting less stars. But I saw this thing about, like, marathon time cutoffs. I don't really know time cutoffs, but like let's just say like 3 hours, 30 minutes, and 4 hours. I think a lot of marathon times like tend to go around like those 30-minute marks because people see a number that they have in their mind as a goal, and even if they're really tired, then they start pushing harder for it because they want to achieve it. Now, the way that relates to what I'm talking about is like I feel like I'm kind of getting close to 3 million stars, and I want to get there. And so I'm willing to play other vehicles that maybe aren't as fun because I'm getting closer to my goal of 3 mil stars. I don't know if that was a good comparison. But anyway, this is kind of bad. I feel like I've done a decent job of like not making a mistake and needing to go back down a hill for most of the map. And that's maybe why I've gotten all the fuels. But just there, I messed up. This fuel is kind of close, and I feel like this is downhill, so I could be chilling. And I'm not using nitro, so I don't have to... I don't know exactly how nitro works and how getting a full nitro... Like, I know if you're out of fuel and you collect a nitro, you don't make any progress. But is it just based on how much fuel you have, or is, like, the speed that you're going affected as well? I feel like that's something that I should definitely know. But I'm very confident that the amount of fuel that you have has at least some level of effect on it. But that doesn't matter. The reason I brought that up was because the off-roader run in Bog that I was playing, I was using nitro, so it mattered there. Okay, this is good. I want to be on top of this. I feel like there are a lot of spots where there are fuels on top of mushrooms. I am curious if there's another fuel nearby. Because if I hadn't gotten that one, then I guess like this is the one that I would want to get. And if I missed this one, I might have been kind of not so good. Also, I feel like going on top of these are better, because then going through these small gaps is easier, at least with Rock Bouncer. Like if you're coming from a straight line instead of going from under the gap. Straight line is better, is what I'm trying to say. Also, I guess 5,600 getting kind of close to 6,000 meters isn't really too far into a map. It's more than half. But for me in Gloomville, okay, so this is like not what I want to be doing, basically. I don't want to be flying in like this. However, I did a pretty good job of doing it on first try. I was playing some vehicle where I kept dying. I think it was Buggy, where I kept dying because I... Yeah, okay. I mean, this is a great way to end a run. I wasn't even looking, so I don't know if the game is just stupid or if I did something to make this happen. I mean, I was just talking about how this run was going decently. I don't even know how to get out of this. Yeah, thank you. At this point, I've now collected 11,000 stars, and I'm honestly quite surprised I kept playing after whatever that was. I'm genuinely curious if anyone else has ever had that glitch. I then started looking through the maps to find another one to make some progress on. This might go poorly, but I was just thinking of Countryside, and I was curious. So I have a Rock Bouncer 6.3 and then Racing Truck 4.6. I feel like I could do better with Rock Bouncer, but maybe I'll start with Racing Truck just because it's I have fewer stars. I'm pretty excited about this setup. I wonder if I already have it here. So it's Wheelie, Fume, and Wing. I like Wheelie and the Wing combo, and I feel like Fume Boost is a part that I like a lot. Dude, I want to use my level 3 coin boost more, though. I'll upgrade this a bit. Do I do it again? I feel like I'll leave it, and then if I feel like I mean, I'm not gonna... Alright, I'll just do the run. The thing is, because I don't have Jump Shocks or Kanga, I guess using Jump Shocks is like something I've done more than Kanga, but it's a bit tougher for me to take off the back and stuff. Okay, I guess that was fine, but the roof and the exhaust pipe. So I passed my record. I'm at 6,000 meters. I have not yet used Fume Boost, which is kind of promising because I guess it's supposed to help later in the map. I know there are some difficult spots coming up. Hopefully Fume Boost can help me out with those. Okay, also my game just went offline. Alright, low fuel. This is my second one. I feel like the Fume Boosts haven't helped too much, which isn't a bad thing because I've just had a decent amount of speed going into the fuels. But as I'm approaching 7K, I might need it some more. Also, it's definitely possible the Fume Boosts have helped and I'm just like not aware. Another low fuel, but this one seems good enough to collect. I think I just passed my off-roader record and maybe one other vehicle as well. I think there's some pit that I'm often low fuel passing over with other vehicles. And I think I don't want to like land inside it, especially like while getting a wheelie is good and the Fume Boost might be able to help me get out with Racing Truck. I feel like it's not too good at like short dips, sort of. Okay, rotator record coming up. This is definitely collectible, not even low fuel yet. I mean, the Fume Boost definitely helped me get up there. I guess, like, for climbing some hills that could be difficult, Fume Boost could definitely be good. But approaching 8,000 meters now, I'm super happy with this run. Oh, no. Okay. Something I'm definitely worried about is that I'm trying to go quickly, and then I'm used to landing on the back wheel as, like, a safe option. Okay, that was on purpose, but that... Okay, anyway. Like, landing on the back wheel, I feel like, is kind of usually a safe option, but I'm worried that it can definitely flip, and I'm not good enough to, like, really know when I'm meant to, like, commit to a flip or not. Also, can I get this or nah? Oh, all right. That was definitely the closest call. Another hill coming up here. Yo, this is a good run. Oh, no. I've ruined it. I think I kind of have to get a wheelie here. I don't know how I'm going to get that. Or maybe coin boost, or maybe not. I know I don't have coin boost attached, but like I was saying, it could be, like, in that situation, it could have been helpful. Anyway, I might have messed around too long, and now I won't be able to get this next fuel. I'm about to be low fuel, so the fume boost hopefully will kick in. I guess that's kind of what I meant by it's not so good. And wait, do I know where I am? Stalker records in 80 meters. That's not promising either. Oh, man. Okay, I can't really be upset with this run, I feel like. 8,600. I'm just curious to see how far I was. Getting over this hill, then maybe I could have gotten to this. I don't really know. I got exactly 4,000 stars, though, which is kind of cool. So I was 25k away, basically 20 now. At this point, I'm kind of in the final stretch toward Canyoneer 36. I figured I could get pretty far in Rust Bucket Reef with both Rock Bouncer and Racing Truck, and my current bests on both vehicles were under 4,000 meters. I did Racing Truck first, but just past 4k I missed a fuel. Right, it's once again a day later. I have 20,000 more stars that I need to figure out how to get. I was looking back on Gloomvale because I was thinking if I could find a map that just doesn't have any stars with a vehicle, that would be good. And that's the case for Racing Truck, so I think I'm going to go there. I didn't realize how useful jump shocks would have been on this map, and instead kept the same setup that I'd used last. But since these recordings were spread over so many days, it was finally Sunday, which is apparently the easiest day to play Racing Truck on Gloomvale. My first attempt did not go very well, but my second attempt was actually decent. I was even collecting some of the fuels on the mushrooms, which aren't always so easy to do. I had my first low fuel at 3,600 meters, and accidentally took off the exhaust pipe, which doesn't really matter, but I also remembered that after this hill and this log, there's a downhill and a fuel at the bottom. A bit later, I collected this fuel, but went under this big structure. I think I either should have stayed on top, or just have been using jump shocks from the beginning, because it would have been easier to get through this next gap. Unfortunately, this ended my run, but before looking at my stars, I wanted to play CCEV on Gloomvale because it was another vehicle that I hadn't made any progress with. I didn't want to make the same mistake that I'd made with Racing Truck, so at 4,200, I collected the fuel and went straight through the gap. I was also using Kanga this time, and had the CCEV boost, which probably could have bailed me out if I needed it. I got through 5,000, 6,000, and 7,000, but flipped over at 8,000 meters, which brought me within 8,000 stars of Canyoneer 36. To finish off the last bit, I played a bunch of random things. Rock Bouncer on Cuptown, Lowrider on Moon, Beast on Arena Gauntlet, and lastly, Scooter on Arena Gauntlet. Oh, finally. All right. Canyoneer 36, and thrusters for tank. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Bye.